I'm not sure if this is even going to work. But what I expect to do, I know you're laughing, this is the truth. No, what we should see is when I blast this, you're going to see the stain removed underneath the machine. I'm not going to move it all over the place. I'm hoping to be able to get it right in the right spot. So let's see if this works. Okay, it did slide a bit. Let's see where are we at. Oh, it did what it did. Okay, we got the hot spot right here. So that tells you that when the paper was rotating, was putting the most force on the floor there. It was still scratching up here, but hardly anything. I mean, it didn't even touch. And you know the whole paper went around at least one time around. So when this machine was turned on, all the pressure was on this side of the pad because of the weight of the machine and how the handle dips it back. And there's a center of mass that goes behind the axle of the motor because of all this other hardware, and it goes back, and then because of rotation, it turns to the counterclockwise or to the right relative to the operator. That's why it's always on this one side. So when you press down because of the weight of the machine, you can see that this compressed. A true aluminum hard plate won't compress, but it still has that same property where it sands harder here and polishes up here. So if I were to scratch the floor hard like that, I'm going to put cross scratches into the 60. But if I were to take and put a little less pressure onto the paper, so if I keep going long enough, I'll be able to take the stain off, but I'm not digging deep scratches in the floor. Same sandpaper. What the difference is I didn't shove it down into the material. So this side shoves the paper down into the floor, this side does not. And it's actually a majority of everything in front of the motor relative to the handle and the operator. And if you were to put the machine on any pad that can compress quite well, you'll see that even with the handle upright, this side of the pad is compressed, that side is not. If I tip the handle backwards like you're going to operate it, you have a lot of compression. I'd want to orient this machine relative to me, the handle, the motor, and the floor, so that I am like this. That puts the scratches in the heaviest zone in the same direction as the wood fiber. If I'm buffing in any other direction, I change the angle of those scratches against the floor because the scratches are always coming out in this direction while relative to the machine itself. Relatively the same thing. I did get to run it longer in the same spot, but you can see that one side has weight of pressure, the other side's polishing. And if you can learn that with this machine, you can then operate the machine over the floor with putting the least amount of scratches in your buffing work.